thank you very, very much for coming in this morning. For the last week and a half, our 8th grade has been working towards this assembly in various ways. We're very excited to present an important event here at the middle school, and we've done this now. This is, I think, our 4th year doing Veterans Day Assembly. We have a change in venue, but as military, we kind of overcame and adapted, and so we are here today. We have a student-led presentation today, and we're excited to have you. So thank you very much, and to the veterans, thank you very much for your service. So Teresa will start the program. Thank you.
Welcome to the 8th grade Veterans Day program. Today is a special day when we have the opportunity to honor the men and women who have served our country so bravely. Today's program has two purposes. First, to recognize and honor all military veterans, especially our local veterans that are here in attendance today. And secondly, to continue to educate ourselves of the sacrifices that have been and continue to be made in order to have the freedoms that we enjoy today in the United States. At this time, will everyone please stand and join Connor Ruth in the Pledge of Allegiance?
His head in the way.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Can you please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem? Please have Evan.
You may be seated. World War I, known at the time as the Great War, officially ended when the Treaty of Versailles was signed on June 28, 1919. In the Palace of Versailles outside the town of Versailles, France. However, fighting ceased 7 months earlier when an armistice, or temporary cessation, of hostilities between the Allied nations and Germany went into effect on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. For that reason, November 11th, 1918 is generally regarded as the end of the war to end all wars.
In November 1919, President Wilson proclaimed November 11th as the first commemoration of Armistice Day with the following words. To us in America, the reflections of Armistice Day will be filled with solemn pride in the heroism of those who died in the country's service and with gratitude for the victory, both because of the thing from which it has freed us and because of the opportunity it has given America to show her sympathy with peace and justice in the councils of the nations.
In 1954, after World War II had required the greatest mobilization of soldiers, sailors, Marines, and airmen in the nation's history, after American forces had fought aggression in Korea, the 83rd Congress, at the urging of the veteran service organizations, Congress amended the Day of Recognition by striking out the word armistice and inserting it in its place the word veterans. With the approval of this legislation on June 1st, 1954, November 11th became the day to honor American veterans of all wars.
After a brief period of time when Veterans Day was moved to the fourth Monday of October, Veterans Day continues to be observed on November 11th, regardless of what day of the week on which it falls. The restoration of the observance of Veterans Day to November 11th not only preserves the historical significance of the date, but helps focus attention on the important purpose of Veterans Day, a celebration to honor America's veterans for their patriotism, love of country, and willingness to serve and sacrifice for the common good. This year marks the 100th anniversary of the armistice that ended World War I, and thus the origin of this special day.
Across America, military ceremonies recognizing veterans of the Army, Air Force, Navy, Marines, and Coast Guard. Tables will be set as a way of symbolizing the members of the military profession who are missing from our midst. They are commonly called POWs or MIAs. Some call them brothers.
The table is small, symbolizing the frailty of soldiers alone against their oppressors. Remember.
The tablecloth is white, symbolizing the purity of their intentions to respond to their country's call to arms. Remember.
The black napkin reminds us of sorrow of captivity. Remember.
The single rose displayed in a vase tied with a yellow ribbon is symbolic of the family's loved ones who keep the faith, waiting for their return. Remember.
A slice of lemon is on the bread plate to remind us of their bitter fate. Remember.
The grains of salt on the bread plate are symbolic of the family's tears as they wait. Remember.
The glass is inverted. They cannot toast with us. Remember.
The chair is empty. They are not here. Remember.
The candle is reminiscent of the light of hope which lives in our hearts to illuminate their way home, away from their captors, to the open arms of a grateful nation. Remember.
Remember all of you who served with them and called them comrades, who depend upon their might and rely upon them. For surely they have not forgotten you. Remember.
At this time, I would like to welcome a 7th and 8th grade band ensemble under the direction of Mr. Justin Falvo to the stage to play 2 patriotic songs, Our Boys Will Shine and America the Beautiful. Enjoy! we'd like to recognize our special guests, the veterans in attendance today. First, we would like to individually recognize 5 veterans who are members of our Sutton Middle High School teaching staff. 8th grade special education teacher Sydney Myra. Mrs. Myra served for 8 years in the Army and Army National Guard, earning the rank of sergeant. 8th grade science teacher Michael Keogh. Mr. Keogh served 6 years in the National Guard and earned the rank of sergeant while completing a 1-year tour in Afghanistan. High school special education teacher Gretchen Doplays. Mrs. Doplays served 20 years in the Air National Guard, retiring with the rank of captain. High school math teacher Susan Herbert. Mrs. Herbert served for 36 years in the Air Force and National Guard, retiring with the rank of lieutenant colonel. And lastly, our school resource officer Michael McGee. Officer McGee served 4 years in the Marines, attaining the rank of corporal.
At this time, we would like to recognize the rest of our special guests. As your military branch is called, will you please stand and be recognized? The Coast Guard. The Air Force. The Navy. The Marines. And lastly, the Army.
Can we please have one more round of applause and recognition of many years of service to our country by these brave men and women. Thank you.
Go back.
This past week in history class, we were given the assignment to learn about the different conflicts our country has been involved in, and to learn about the establishment of our 5 military branches. We pay our respects to those who served by continuing to learn and remember the sacrifices made by veterans who protected our country and continue to make the world a better place.
As part of our recognition of veterans, we as students are given the opportunity to recognize our own family members, friends, and members of our school community who have served our country. We honor their service with a symbolic brick on our student wall of honor.
From its association with poppies flowering in the spring of 1915 on the battlefields of Belgium, France, and Gallipoli, this vivid red flower has become synonymous with great loss of life in war. In Flanders Fields is a poem by John Craig written in May of 1915.
In Flanders Field, the poppies blow, between the crosses, row on row. The marker place, and in the sky, the larks still bravely singing fly, scarce heard amid the guns below. We are the dead, short days ago, we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders Field. Take up our quarrel with the foe, to you from failing hands we throw, the torch be yours who hold it high. If he breaks faith with us who die, we shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders Field.
grade chorus members under the direction of Miss Jane Shivett and accompanied by the pianist Connie Galley as they lead the chorus in the singing of the Star Spangled Banner and Independence Fields.
Our 7th and 8th grade chorus, and we are very pleased to have learned a lot about this poem this fall and to now present the only musical selection that has actually been written to the lyrics.
This past week, we have spent time reflecting on the men and women who have served in our country so bravely. The words shown on this slide and the poster displayed outside this auditorium show the words most often associated with military veterans from our 8th grade class.
In addition, Mr. Freeman created a short video identifying the same words and phrases derived from reflections from classwork and discussions this past week in history class.
Hello, I'm Ryan and this is Brenna. We are two 8th grade class officers and we are organizing an Operation Gratitude Care Package Drive for our veterans. We want to say thank you for your service, courage, and dedication. We appreciate your sacrifice and respect you very much. It is important that we honor you not just today, but all year long.
From November 28th through December 12th, we will be collecting items from care packages for local veterans. Each first period class will receive a checklist of items such as toothbrushes, soap, chapstick, hand warmers, and many more. Be the class that collects all the items on the list and complete the care package by December 12th.
All care packages will be donated to the Veterans Shelter in Worcester. Our mission as 8th graders is to help put the veterans back on their feet. This is a school-wide service project, and as 8th graders, we have a head start on the 6th and 7th graders. So let's show them what a good role model looks like. Thank you for your support.
We hope members of this 8th grade class have learned more about the history of this great country and of this special day. More importantly, to the veterans, we feel the greatest gift we can give as students to the veterans of yesterday, today, and tomorrow is our gratitude and remembrance. Thank you again for your service, and thank you for coming today. As the veterans exit, can we please give one more round of applause in recognition of their service?
So thank you very much for coming in. Thank you to the students, the chorus, the band. Great job. We appreciate, again, the attendance today is overwhelming. By far the most we've had at our Veterans Day celebration. So thank you very much. And that kind of concludes our service for today. Thank you.